Chapter 16, India Wins Freedom. After coming to India on 6th January 1915, Gandhiji travelled all over the country. He saw himself the miserable condition of the people suffering under the British rules, so he decided to join the freedom movement. Under the leadership of Gandhi, the struggle of India's freedom took a new turn. People called him Mahatma because of his simplicity and moral ideas. Thousands of men and women all over the country joined him in a struggle. He urged the people of India to disobey the unjust British law. Meetings and demonstrations were held in many parts of the country. सो गांधी जी जब वापस आए अपने देश उन्होंने देखा कि कितनी ज़्यादा बुरी हालत है तो उन्होंने पूरे देश में ट्रैवल करना स्टार्ट किया और उन्होंने एक नए फ्रीडम मूवमेंट का स्टार्ट किया The Jallianwala Bagh massacre, the agitation unleashed by the acts led to British attack on demonstrators culminating on 13th April 1919 in the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, also known as the Amritsar massacre in Amritsar, Punjab. The British military commander, Brigadier General Regner Dyer, blocked the main gate and only entrance come exit and ordered his soldiers to fire into an unarmed, unsuspecting crowd of about 15,000 men and women. हजारों की संख्या में लोग इस मैसेकर में मारे गए जहां पे एक पर्टिकुलर जगह पे एक बहुत पीसफुल मूवमेंट चल रहा था जहाँ पे लोग सिर्फ बातें कर रहे थे इकट्ठे हुए थे और वहां पे इन लोगों को मार गिराया गया दैट इज नोन एज द जलियांवाला बाग मैसेकर The news of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre shocked them and filled them with anger, but Gandhiji told the people that violence would lead to more violence. He believed in non-violence and fought with peaceful methods, and that is why his struggle was known as Satyagraha. Gandhiji again he started the non-cooperation movement to protest against the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement in 1920 and he asked the people to disobey the law peacefully. गांधी जी हमेशा ये कहते थे कि लड़ाई करना ज़रूरी नहीं है लेकिन ब्रिटिश की जो बातें हैं हम उनको ना माने बहुत पीसफुली हम ये प्रोटेस्ट करें but in Chauri Chaura in Uttar Pradesh, some people set fire to a police station and 22 policemen died. Gandhiji against violence and he withdrew the movement immediately. During the non-cooperation movement, leaders such as Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Sarojini Naidu, Gopalachari, Maulana Azad, Chitranjan Das, Motilal Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru participated in this actively. इन सारे लोगों ने बहुत actively participate किया. In 1929, the Indian National Congress took an historic decision in Lahore. The time had come for the British to leave the India, and they decided that they would not rest until the country won Purna Swaraj, which is known as complete freedom. लोगों ने ठान लिया था कि अब हम अंग्रेजों को यहाँ से मार भगाएंगे, and that is known as Purna Swaraj. Then there was Simon Commission. The law and order situation in the country was getting out of control. The government decided to make some changes and appointed the Simon Commission. There was no Indian in the commission and the Congress decided to boycott off. The commission to India in 1929 was greeted with the slogan Simon Go Back. A new group of revolutionaries such as Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Chandrasekhar Azad, B.K. Dutt became active during this time. Then there was Dandi March. Until the movement, people boycott foreign goods, did not pay taxes, and held demonstrations against the government all over the country. Gandhiji, along with his followers, began the movement with famous Dandi March. They walked over 300 kilometers on foot from his Sabarmati Ashram Ahmedabad से डांडी तक वो पैदल चले गांधी जी ने ये मूवमेंट शुरुआत करी थी They reached there on 20th March 1930, and thousands of people joined Gandhiji in this march. And Gandhiji made salt and broke the salt law. Indians were not allowed to make salt at that point of time, but उन्होंने salt बनाया और उन्होंने इस law को तोड़ दिया. The Quit India Movement. The Quit India Movement and the Bharat Choro Andolan or August Movement was a civil disobedience movement in India launched on 9th August 1942 in response to Gandhiji's call for immediate independence of India and against sending Indians to World War II. He asked all the teachers to leave their school and other Indians to leave away their respective jobs and take part in this movement. Due to Gandhiji political influence, request was followed by a massive proportion of the population. He asked the people to do and die in their attempt to throw the English out of the country. Many leaders were jailed. बहुत सारे लोग गांधी जी के फॉलोअर्स थे और उस टाइम पे गांधी जी ने ये डिसाइड किया कि अब चाहे कुछ भी हो जाए, इन अंग्रेज़ों को हमारे देश से निकाल के हमने भगाना है। और फिर उन्होंने लोगों को इंस्पायर किया और बहुत सारे लोगों ने अपने रिस्पेक्टिव जॉब्स छोड़ के इस आंदोलन को, भारत छोड़ो आंदोलन को ज्वाइन किया। Indian National Army. While Gandhiji was fighting the British with his peaceful ways, there was other leaders who believed in violent ways of fighting. जैसे कि नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस, उन्होंने डिसाइड किया कि ब्रिटिश को अपनी कंट्री से हम भगाएंगे, and he escaped from India and formed the Indian National Army to free India from the tyrannical British rule. Then came the independence of India. The Second World War ended in 1945. By this time, the British had realized that they could no longer rule over India. They agreed to free India. The British Prime Minister Clement Attlee, sent a cabinet mission to India in 1946. He proposed the formation of an interim government. The government was to be headed by Jawaharlal Nehru. The Muslim League, led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, did not accept it. As a result, Hindu-Muslim riots started in places of the country. British had succeeded in their policy of divide and rule. Communalism led to partition of India. British gladly announced the partition of India into two separate countries, India and Pakistan. The Indian leaders had no choice but to accept the division. Thus, India became free on 15th August 1947, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of Free India, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president. So British जब जाने लगे यहाँ से तो उन्होंने इंडिया को दो हिस्सों में बांटा, और एक था इंडिया और दूसरा था पाकिस्तान। उन्होंने सबसे पहले ये बोला कि जवाहरलाल नेहरू को वो यहाँ पे प्राइम मिनिस्टर बनाएंगे, जिसकी वजह से बहुत सारे हिंदू मुस्लिम राइट्स होने लगे, एंड फाइनली दिस रिजल्टेड इन द पार्टीशन ऑफ इंडिया। हमारे इंडियन लीडर्स के पास और कोई चारा नहीं था, बट देन दे हैड टू accept this, and then India was completely free. So, students, as we can see in this chapter, Gandhiji returned to India on 6th January 1915. Thousands of men, women, and children were either killed and wounded in the massacre, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Gandhiji launched the non-cooperation movement. Congress declared Purna Swaraj, and then the Congress also launched the Quit India movement, and Netaji formed Indian National Army. That's all for this chapter, students. Thank you so much, and have a very good day.